This trick right here is called the dragon flag, and it's one of the most known calisthenics tricks out there. The nice thing about it is that it doubles as one of the best ab workouts that you can do in calisthenics, and with consistency you can unlock this trick in a few months depending on where you are in your own fitness journey. And in this video I want to try and show you guys how you can learn to do the dragon flag. So before you go and try doing a dragon flag, I'd recommend that you be able to do maybe around like 3 or so pull-ups. And the reason I say this is because when you're doing a dragon flag, your arms are going to be behind you and you're going to be holding on to something like a wall or a pole or something, and you're going to be pulling on it really hard to keep yourself steady. So having more pulling strength is definitely going to help out in the long run so that you can stay steadier, and being steadier is going to help you focus on your form better, and in turn you're just going to be a lot better at this exercise in general if you have decent pull strength. So just make sure you're able to do some pull-ups before doing this, and then you're pretty much good to go. You're also going to want some decent core strength to start before doing this exercise because the progressions ramp up in difficulty really quick. So once you find a good spot to do a dragon flag, get your setup going and then get ready. When you're about to get into the position, you're going to want to flex your abs like you're about to be punched, and this is going to help you keep a proper brace throughout the exercise. And then when you get up, you want to be as straight and parallel as possible. You don't want your legs to be above or below your waistline. And then you're going to go down and hold it for as long as possible while having good form until you physically can't anymore. And then you just rinse and repeat this process for a couple of sets. Now most of you watching this might not be able to hold a full dragon flag immediately, and that's okay. Just start off with an easier progression, the easiest being the tuck dragon flag as you can see here. And once you're able to hold this for a good amount of time with good form, move on to the advanced tuck dragon flag. And then it's the same process from here, just keep holding it for good form and a good amount of time. And then you can move on to the straddle dragon flag, and then after this you can move on to the full dragon flag. And then if you've been training with good form properly, you should be able to hold a full dragon flag. Another form of training the dragon flag that I really enjoy doing is dragon flag negatives, and so all you're doing is picking the hardest progression that you can't fully hold at the bottom yet, and you're just going through the whole motion. So you're starting at the top and then you're slowly lowering yourself to the bottom as slow as possible. And what this does, it trains your hold time, so it should be able to help with you holding that hard progression. Now of course there's also easier progressions of the dragon flag negative if you can't do the regular standard dragon flag negative. So starting off from hardest to easiest, you have the standard right here, and then you have the straddle dragon flag negative, and then you have the advanced tuck negative, and then finally you have the easiest one, which is the tuck negative. So the rule of thumb for all of these different types of negatives is just to go as slow as possible. That way you can build up that hold time for the harder progression that you're trying to achieve. So another form of training that I enjoy doing for dragon flags is something called dragon flag reps. And what you do is you pick a slightly easier progression that you can hold for a long time, and then you're just going to rep it out. So you're going to go top to bottom, make sure you go all the way up and down, and you're just going to do it until failure or close to failure. So what these dragon flag reps are going to do for you is they're not only going to build up your hold time and your endurance, but they're also going to build dynamic ab strength, and so it's going to translate to all your other ab exercises like leg raises and stuff. And this is basically a combination of leg raises and like sit-ups but on steroids, so it's honestly a lot better than a lot of the other ab exercises. So it's just going to translate to pretty much any other ab exercise that you can think of, and it's just going to help a lot with all of your calisthenics tricks. But like I said earlier, just make sure that you train either really close to or all the way until failure, and the reason why is because it's going to build up your hold time, your endurance, and your ab strength in general. Now you're able to experiment with it and stuff, so if you're not sure you want to go all the way until failure to start, just start off with a fixed amount of reps for like 3 sets and see how that does, and then another week do a variable and do all the sets till failure and see which one you recover and improve better from. And based off that, you can make your routine however you want it to be. So you could do like all the way till failure, close to failure, or like a mix of both, and it's really up to you. It depends on how you feel after you do the workout. So just make sure that it fits what you need to do to improve. And with enough time and effort, you will progress in your dragon flags. But when you train for this, you ideally want to do a few different versions of the dragon flag so that you get a well-rounded session out of your training. So what I like to do is start off with flag holds for 3 sets of as long as possible, then negatives for 3 sets of 5, and finally I do my reps for 2 sets of as many reps as possible. Now, I personally recommend doing this once or twice a week consistently if you really want to see progress, but see whatever consistency works the best for you and just stick with that and you'll make your own progress. So the dragon flag is a bit of a harder calisthenics trick and takes a good bit of skill to do, but like I said, if you want to see good progress, just stay consistent with your training and do the progressions that you can actually handle, and I really recommend doing easier progressions if you're not quite there with a harder progression. That way you can make sure that you're ready to move on. Form takes priority over ego. Remember that. But anyways, that was it for this video. I hope this helped you guys learn how to do dragon flag a little bit, and if it did, please let me know in the comments, and if there's anything I missed, also let me know in the comments, and just be sure to like and subscribe to help me out. Thank you guys so much for 600 subscribers. It means the world to me, and I will see you guys in the next video.